Good morning and welcome to your Daily Sparks. You know, it took John Newton to write a hymn, Amazing Grace. He said, "Let me not fail to praise that grace that could pardon such sins as mine." Newton had gone to sea at age 11, learning profane, irreligious and indulgent ways. Newton's life angered his father and disgusted his friends, and he was finally pressed into service in the British Navy. He deserted, he was arrested, stripped and flogged in disgrace. He became the property of a slave trader out of Sierra Leone in Africa, and he hated his life. On March the 9th, 1748, he carelessly read a Christian book to pass the time, and the thought came to him, what if these things are true? He snapped the book closed and shook off the question. He went to bed as usual, indifferent to anything to do with God, but was awakened by a violent storm at sea. The ship was nearly sunk, and he wrote, "Almost every passing wave broke over my head. I expected that every time the vessel descended into the sea, it would rise no more. I dreaded death now, and my heart forebode the worst if the scriptures, which I had long since supposed were true." Well, the vessel survived, and Newton began to earnestly study the Bible. He embraced Christ and eventually entered the ministry, becoming one of England's best-loved preachers and a leader in the fight against, you name it, slavery. "The Lord came from on high and delivered me out of the deep waters," the Bible says. "From the sea of troubles I called to you, Lord. Won't you please listen as I beg for mercy? But you forgive us, and so we will worship you." That's in Psalm 130. So have you been forgiven much? Is God's grace amazing to you like it was to John Newton? I hope so. Live like it, like you are. Live like God's grace has saved a wretch like you today, and rejoice in his grace. We'll see you tomorrow on Sparks.